Welcome to Friday Focus. We're doing this one on Wednesday, the 23rd. I'm actually on a plane right now to Costa Rica, so we recorded it Tuesday, and I had some of the potluck here at Shelby, and it made me very tired. I don't usually eat that much sugar or dessert or turkey. So we've been rolling out the ability to execute plans. When we look at meetings that we have strategy meetings where we're talking about something we want to do to accomplish a certain goal. You have your meetings and you decide, what you're going to do, what you're going to carry out, and maybe the next week at the meeting, it maybe did or did not happen. A lot of times at the huddle, I'll hear people making some commitments of something they're going to do to move the number forward, and that's more the execution part. That's more where you're deciding what I'm going to do to change this. Somebody might say, well, I'm going to introduce products at the next 5 patients I see. It's going to maybe make you more likely to hit your target that you're trying to hit. We talked about a system we're rolling out practice-wide, and I've gotten to a few departments, and we're still working on that, of execution. There's 4 steps. I want to remind you, kind of go over the scorecard, because I'm going back to some teams and I'm realizing maybe there's some confusion about what the scorecard exactly means, and I'm not really having a full answer for you yet. My follow-through on my Colby's a 2, which means that you're not going to rely on me to tell you how to make the scorecard. You have to do it kind of yourself. So the first step is figuring out your WIG, or your wildly important goal. And the wildly important goal should be 1, maybe 2 things. If you had a lot of goals that are important, you can't really put heavy importance on any one of them. So really just focus on, 1 wildly important goal, maybe 2 at the most. So you really shouldn't have any more than that, or you can't really focus on them. And it's something that's going to move the corporation forward. One of the corporation's wildly important goal is a certain profit target, because we need to have a certain revenue generated to be able to build more buildings and add more people and increase wages and have more benefits for our staff and to be able to grow our patients and give away to our community. And those are things we need. Then number 2 is you need to have lead measures. So lead measures are things that will make the wildly important goal, which is lagging, more likely to occur. And I'm going to give you some examples of things I've seen since I've met with the departments. So for example, the surgery department decided that their wildly important goal was to get more patient reviews. And they set a number of how many patient reviews they wanted to have per week. And they set a time frame. So the WIG should have an X to Y, a date X to date Y, like now until March 31st, maybe 3, 6, 9 months out. And you want to have a number for it, and a specific plan of how you're going to do it comes in the lead measures. And their lead measures was they were going to change the way they greeted new patients and the way they carried them through the follow-up process. So like, let's say person number 1 seeing them in the consult, person number 2 is doing our pre-op, person number 3 is doing their instructions, person number 4 is seeing them in their follow-up. Maybe not the best patient experience. The same person carried them through, or maybe handed over somebody, that likelihood goes up. And they made some other plans as well to increase the likelihood of getting positive referrals. The billing department, they have to collect money from the insurance companies, make sure our charts are right, and they picked their wildly important goal of having 90% of the claims clean by the time they get them. In other words, when they're sending out bills, they don't want to audit your charts anymore. Okay, so if they're auditing your charts because something's missing, it's kind of wasting money and time for the practice, which has a negative effect on the practice's success. And I'll tell you, one of the stupidest things we can do is audit things. Okay, it means we're accepting we're not doing it right, and it's a total waste of time versus doing it right in the first place. If that happens, maybe you have a few slip through that aren't correct, but you don't need to worry about it because you're right most of the time. In fact, if you were right 95% of the time, auditing would be a total waste of time because you wouldn't be able to pick up that 5%. And they want to get from this really kind of low accuracy on claims, which might be the insurance is filled out right, the patient's driver's license is there, their phone number is right, things are spelled correctly, the proper codes are put in, and they're going to spend time on their lead measures, which is each member made a commitment of how many hours they were going to spend training. Okay, so if they spend a certain number of hours training, then this will move forward. The cosmetic team at Shelby decided they wanted to move the average revenue per new patient from $3,900 to $4,500 by, I think, March 31st. And they picked different lead measures, was how many times they gave product introductions to patients, how many times they introduced HRT or veins to patients. They had other lead measures as well, like how fast they would move people through, where they can give everybody a quote, where they can do same-day treatments. If you do same-day treatment, the likelihood of sale goes up to 100%. You schedule it, it kind of just drops down immediately. The vein department decided that they would increase the percentage of people in the treatment within 2 weeks. And they set getting 55% of people into vein treatment within 2 weeks by March 31st. And they picked lead measures, which included same-day mapping, scheduling the first procedure in 1 week. They did something that was really, I think, going to be very effective, which was having the majority of the calls answered on the floor. So they put a person on the floor in Shelby, and I think Livonia has one going in next week where the person on the floor, they can just ask the PA or the medical assistant the objections the patient has rather than cancel them. They did some other things as well. The marketing team decided that they really want to kind of have, one of our goals is to get more referrals and less, marketed people from the outside. And it's been a very good pleasure for us to be able to give money away to charity when we get referrals. And their goal was to be able to give away to charity a certain number of dollars a month. I think it was $25,000 or something by March 31st. And that was meaning that we're getting more referrals and less, reliance on external marketing. Okay, so those are lead and lag measures. Then there's a scorecard. And a scorecard is something that you make as a team and as an individual. Now, I'm not going to tell you how to make the scorecards or what the final look will be like because we're still developing it. But I want those you are creative to start working on things. Some people are going to have a high blue. The high blue people will probably be the ones that really kind of decide on which scorecards we're using. Mine again is a 2. It's not any good at all, so I can't do it. So I had my wife make me one, and I'll show you my scorecard. So again, a low blue doesn't mean I can't follow through on things. That means I don't follow people's patterns. I'll just kind of wing it, which is not good if I was like flying an airplane or something like that. It might be good if I'm running the business. So on my scorecard, one of my wildly important goal was something I'm not going to talk about here, but it had to do with impact on people. And there's certain things I have to do. So number one is I'm going to read 2 books a week on business, okay? And that's, if I don't have a scorecard, I'm not going to do it. So in this month, this is my month 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have one more called The Dream Maker. I didn't put it on here. And not even in the end of the month, so I'll read a few books on my vacation. Number 2 is I'm meeting with one provider or major producer / decision maker weekly. So I met with Jamie P., Autumn, Tanya P., and Dr. Hope in November. So I'm on track. So here's red means I'm a slow start, yellow maybe on track, green target hit. And down here, attend department meetings like a WIG or a substantial meeting weekly. Met Livonia twice this month, Shelby Vein, Shelby Cosmetic Billing and Surgery. I didn't meet everybody in Shelby Cosmetic. I got to do that again. I definitely hit that. So I'm on target. And this is telling me I'm on target. If I keep myself posted to this, the likelihood of me moving forward my wildly important goal, which has to do with maximal impact on my community and you, is going to move forward. It's just going to happen, okay? And then the last part, so again, the scorecard is going to be a combination of a scorecard for your team and a scorecard for you individually. And I don't know how to do that precisely. I don't want to give you any specific direction. I want you guys to kind of see what works best, and you even work with other team members to see what they're doing. It should be visible. Okay, something visible. I think putting in a software might be something down the road that you're doing, but a visible one is going to be key. If I just put this on a spreadsheet, I never look at it again. I had this in my pocket all day. It's kind of wrinkled up, so that I can look at it and say, okay, I kind of feel good that I got my stuff done, and I want to next time have I like to kill my goals. I like to kill. So next time it would be like full of books, right? And then the last thing is a cadence of accountability. And cadence accountability is going to require you once a week to block some production time. And it might be 20 minutes where you're going to talk about your wildly important goal, your lead measures, your scorecard, and what are you going to do to make it happen. And at the cadence of accountability meetings, you should have commitments from individuals. Maybe not everybody's making a commitment, but somebody might decide, like I was talking to Paula, and she decided that she really kind of wants to have, for her Cool Sculpt team, somebody on the floor answering the phones rather than downstairs so that she can have more direct communication. Well, she should be able to handle that in a week or so. So that's not really your lead measure or wildly important goal. That's just like something she has to do to make it happen, make her team's goal occur. So that's the Friday focus. I want to kind of really hit this target home. I have another Friday focus I'm recording today about a different subject, so we can separate these out. But this is something that we're going to do in terms of executing our plan. So we talk about at the meetings in the morning in our huddles. We might bring up our wildly important goal, our lead measures. It's not the time to talk about your scorecards unless you have something to brag about. But those things that you want to do about hitting your goals, we got to have something that we're holding us individually and collectively accountable for. That what did we do to make it happen? So have a great holiday. We're sending this early of the holiday. Watch it when you want to, and we'll see you next week. Thank you.